YouTube, what's the big old deal? King Dub is in the building. What's happening Thursday night football? Y'all, where my good peoples at? Get my good peoples off up in here. My good peoples at? Let YouTube send out a few notifications. Get my good peoples up in here. Thursday night football, we going up. Y'all know what to do when y'all come in. Hit that like button for me. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Jump in the chat. Yeah, we up. We on. Let some of my good people get off up in here. We gonna start this in just a second. What we looking like? Where we at with this? Let's see where we at, chat. Oh, what that say? 6-0? What that say? Playoffs. What that mean? We on the road to the Super Bowl? What that mean? We on the road to the Super Bowl, huh? We 6-0? Okay. Road to the Super Bowl. Playoffs, right? What? I've been grinding today, right? Okay, chat. Meg in the building, pulling up right now. She hit the brakes like, let me stop at King Dubs. Boat up. Let me get them lightning bolts in the chat. There they go, lightning bolts in the chat. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Let's go get to it and let's run through it. Yeah, you know, in the meantime, in between time, while you work yours and I work mine, let me get my mind right. You know how this is gonna go. Coming in, hit that like button. Get my mind right. We got a playoff game. We got a stream ahead of us. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Thursday night football. Y'all tapped in with the dub. Let's get to it. Playoff game. YouTube will let them know that we on. We cracking right now. Let them know, YouTube. We cracking 6-0. We in the playoffs. Let's go. Let's get to it. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Thursday Night Football. Shout out to everybody pulling up. Quiet Stone. Hey now, safe now. Cash App, PayPal.
We've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm
all right, let's get to it.
Be prepared physically, mentally.
Both up,
when you think
both
about
up.
getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that.
Come on, playoff game. Gotta lock in.
Exactly right.
two former division rivals in the old AFC West. The Seahawks and Chargers are underway. A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Hill looks to throw. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they go Lynch. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Going defense.
Give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Hill. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now Lynch running right. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5,
man.
good
You
enough
lock
for the
in.
first down.
How your day going?
It's prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because
It's
that's
going
one
good.
of the
We
better
on
tight
live.
ends
We on
around, and
stream.
I've seen
We
him
on
pull in
stream
balls
now. We
like
finna
this
stream. We
before.
finna get it in.
But how about a little credit to the
We on our road to our
defense
first
for
100
forcing that
subscribers. We
incompletion.
got some work to do.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 40.
What you realize?
Now play number 8 on this
Tell me.
drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They'll fake the handoff. Now Hill.
Hit him.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
It's been a year already, man. Get out of here. You kidding me?
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Time flies. Time don't wait on no man nor woman.
Charger football to start quarter number 2. 2nd and 9. As they've got it as we resume action. Play action. It's Moon. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And got his man complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. They run over center with Peterson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. A play fake. Now Moon. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
I'm gonna take my chances and do something I normally don't do. Take my chances. It's our playoff game.
On 4th down, Moon steps away,
and
he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football.
Cool. Let's
it's
get
a
it.
sack
Defense.
and a turnover on downs. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They go up the middle with Lynch.
Come on, defense.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Lynch. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Play fake. Hill. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
The last run went so well for them. Maybe they should have just handed it off right here, too. Instead, the quarterback ends up keeping it, and the defense is right on it and wipes away the yardage gained on the last snap.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Hill. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side.
Let's go.
And he brings this
Get
one
it.
back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get into field goal range. And he's going to be taken
give me
down.
a rough in the passer.
There's
They're
a
going to cheat
penalty
like that.
flag in the backfield.
There
They
they
may
go.
get 15 more on
They're trying
top
to
of
give me
this.
something, huh?
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
What are you going to do, Chap? What are you going to do?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hill. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
That is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. This just a 24-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Dances, I'll be getting it, I'll be getting it. Can't lie, tell me I don't be getting it.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. 1 second, all that remains. A final shot before break. Hill. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain.
10-0 at halftime, Pat. 10-0. We up. 10-0. It's our playoff game. Road to the Super Bowl. Lock in.
Nothing is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On second down, here's Moon, rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. He's got a man, complete. Down the left sideline, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Michael Irvin, 88.
I thought if I scored again, he'll quit chat. What's up? He still ain't made his mind up? Oh, he's one of these guys. Well, chat, we got one of the cheaters. He's trying to wait us out. He can't believe he's losing like this. One of these guys. We're not taking the L. It's our playoff game. I could talk to my good peoples. Golly, Madden should have a time limit to how long you could take a pause, man. Damn. Hold me up. Chat, what it do? What it do? What it do? You see this clown? What he thought? He think I'm finna quit. It's our playoff game. We can't afford to quit, chat. We got one of them sore losers. Did he not think we did not come to play? We trying to get to the Super Bowl. This guy right here wants to hold us up. My guy, what you gonna do? Won't you just quit, bro? Take your lick, keep it moving, bro. Come on, let's go. This dude's trash. Super trash. Bro, are you kidding me? Alright, bro, take your lick, bro. Keep it moving. Come on, bro. We 7-0.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Double take part as well. Yeah.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. They go play action with Richardson. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do? Rocky. Two Rockies.
I saw that. I got it. And, you know, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves if we're going to have that kind of a reference. They've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
Richardson going to change the play here. Richardson now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Richardson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now Richardson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
2nd and 10. Richardson looking to throw this. Rolling to his right. Open man, it's Jason Witten. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Peterson will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. Richardson will throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Moon. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Now Moon. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Kayvon Thibodeau gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very... There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Jason Witten, 55 yards. yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Charger drive about to get going. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category.
My God.
And intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 12-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Richardson off the play fake. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Moon. And the Raiders have got him. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot, and here another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Under pressure, they got him again. Kayvon Thibodeau, his 2nd sack of the night. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 4th down, here's Pat McAfee to kick it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Richardson to throw off play action. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jason Witten with his second touchdown.
Shit, Megan ain't looking good.
As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So this time the conversion is good after a pair of failed 2-point tries. Charles, they're 1 for 3 now.
And you would figure with 3 touchdowns scored, your minimum number of points would be 21, right? 3 extra points. And as you noted, they went for 2 twice, didn't get it. Went here again. This reminds me of something a coach told me a while ago. They have more 2-point plays on their ready sheet nowadays than ever before. It used to be like 1 or 2. Now most teams have up to 6 or 7 that they have at the ready.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Move. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
2nd and 5. To throw, Moon. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
And a nice job by the 2 of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
Now a 1st down throw, Moon. Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try him. Cordell Patterson! And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw. They'll roll him out right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Pardon, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Off play action, Richardson eluding the pressure right. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Richardson. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Damn, fat whooping, man. Take you top.
The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. The Charger drive about to get going. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid. Adrian Peterson off to the races. And all the way down to the 26. 51 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 26-yard line. Again, Peterson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
On second down, Peterson. Then he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive? Cordero Patterson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now it's Richardson. This little short throw to Witten. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Here's Richardson to throw. Here's a screen to Powell. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he gets this down to the 18.
He got it. I ain't even gonna hold this up, chat. I'm gonna take my lick. Keep it moving. From the top. I'll deal with that shit later. Alright, from the top, chat. From the top. Let's get it. Road to the playoffs. Let's get it. Lock in with me. Let me see. I think I want to buy me a strong safety. See if I got enough money yet. Somebody slipping and threw a 97 out here for that. Yeah, and threw a 97 out here for that. I gotta get him. Yeah, I gotta get him. Welcome to the team, buddy. All right, let's rock out with the new player, the new addition to the team. Oh man, we was in the playoffs, Chad. We gotta do this all over again. Gotta whoop on these dudes all over again, Chad. All right, about to get to it, Chad. All right, from the top, game one.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now a run. Here's the rookie from Penn State. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Here's Mayfield. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a three-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle, caught by London. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot.
Here's a diving catch right side. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a 1st down.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by the 5-time Pro Bowler Troy Vincent. And the Chargers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Moon to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
To throw on 2nd down, Moon looking deep for Julio. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered cover. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. So on now is the punter, Pat McAfee, to kick this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. This is Perry. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, Mayfield flushed out right. Now Mayfield lost the football and picked up by the Chargers.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception. Jones goes diving, and he's got it. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Peterson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They try again with Peterson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Butker's kick here is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
A final shot before break. Moon. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And a little floater there is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, we'll take it that way. Quick chat. Shout out to everybody pulling up. Hit the like button when you pull up. Are we 1-0? Let's continue.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Well, we thought this could get interesting. Here's interesting. An onside kick to start this thing.
I gotta watch this dude. Sometimes tricky stuff already.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. They run again with Peterson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. That third down conversion good for 23.
When you're a player of his stature, You don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Peterson gets the call running left. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
That ball caught. It's the playmaker, Michael Irvin. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Up the middle, it's Peterson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And this will be caught. It's Johnson for the Charger touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And it...
Shit, we 2-0, chat. They quitting. They quitting.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Northern California visits Southern California. The Niners and Chargers. Off we go from L.A. To throw right away is Vick. And his first pass is incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Michael Vick. Complete to Newsom. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. They run with Perry. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They keep it on the ground again. It's Perry. Now this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
One advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, they can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He may go. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. It's a big run for AP. Give him 58 yards on the ground. So a big run for AP. And when you look at the total package, everyone knows the level of player he's been in this league. But what really impresses you about Adrian Peterson?
I have to go back to the nickname his father gave him, which is AD, which stands for all day, because he never stopped. Morning, noon, night. And that's how he plays the game. No plays over. He always tries to finish things, and he thinks that each and every run he makes is going to take him all the way to the end zone.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try the middle with Peterson. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football seat. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Off the play fake. Moon. Open man is Michael Irvin, complete. Touchdown, L.A. Michael Irvin, 41 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can...
Vic loses the football. It's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. It's a play fake. Now Vic. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
They run over center with Peterson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Flush to his right. They throws it
Come on, bro.
but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield, incomplete.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's moved into a double team, and it's intercepted. Rod Woodson with a pick. And the 49ers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Vick on second down.
Goes right back to Smith again.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing, Vick. This to Graham on the short pass. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Vick. Escaping the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports.
This will be fielded in the end zone, but he'll decide against bringing it out, so they'll take over at the 30.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
A play fake. Now Moon. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Second down, Vic. They'll set up the screen to Perry. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. To throw, Vic. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Vic to the air again. And that is incomplete.
We didn't want it.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Here's Vic. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to have the Niners first down on what will be a big play there on fourth and long. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Vic to throw it. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Vic. Short throw to Smith. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Now here's Vic. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. Now, meanwhile, the throw by Vic incomplete. It was knocked away.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
19
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Now it looks like he'll throw here. On the move to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Play action. It's Moon. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Pat McAfee now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And they will take over 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Vic now. That's caught by Wilson. And he'll have a quick first down here as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, here's Vic. Got a man, it's Michael Irvin. And that's not going to help a whole lot. Maybe 4 yards on 1st down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. They'll come up now on 2nd down. They'll throw again. Here's Vic. Short throw to Smith. Fights off the defender. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Three and 0. Let's get it.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. Stewart. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Henry out of the pistol. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. This now a 3rd and 4. Going to go play action. Here's Stewart. He'll buy some time right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
Out to his left. And this is caught. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Here's Stewart to throw it. Flushed out right. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Stewart sets to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Well, they've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the 5-time Pro Bowler Troy Vincent. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Again, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Moon. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DK Metcalf, 73 yards. And the Chiefs post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now Moon looking downfield for Jones. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Stewart. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now, Stewart. Steps away. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side.
Man,
He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. Now for the point after.
I know they pulling some bull right now.
And it's good to make it 14-0. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Moon. Rolling to his right. And he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Yeah,
to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. From the gun, it's Stewart. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Chargers will take over here just shy of the 30. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Handoff comes to Peterson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Moon. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Looking for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Julio Jones. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And he is out of bounds here on the return. To throw is Stewart. A final shot before break. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll roll him out right. Looking deep for Julio. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Moon. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
He'll buy some time right. 20. Man open downfield. It's Metcalf. A very solid gain of 27.
And a nice call and really good execution there, because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on him. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Looking to throw. Stewart escaping the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Jason Witten taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chiefs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the 2nd half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. They couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Moon to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
To throw on 2nd down, Moon being chased out left. That's caught by Irvin. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
You got that. Let's move forward, chat. We still 3. We was 3-0. Let's go for it. That one. Really can't afford it, but. I'm gonna get rid of you later too. All right, we 3-1 now, chat. We're 3-1. 2 more games, 2 more wins to the playoffs. 2 more wins. We're back in the playoffs.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. Here comes Devin Hester bringing it out. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Richardson will throw to start out here.
He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced. Right at the line of scrimmage.
Now 2nd and 9. Richardson. Forced out to his left. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
On third down, here's Richardson. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
We got 3, folks, we got 3.
Richardson on fourth down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. The first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Off play action. Moon rolling to his right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Here's the punter McAfee to kick it away. Hester to return from his end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off with points for themselves.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They're going to run this with a tight end. And some room to maneuver. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. He finds his man, complete. That's Peterson. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. Here's a 2nd and 8. Richardson looking to throw this. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Rolling to his left. Keeps himself upright.
The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
They run the counter now. It's Peterson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They run again with Peterson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Here's a tap forward by Richardson. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Now a give to Peterson running left. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the... And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now a first down throw, Moon.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
And it's complete to Antonio Gates. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went in at the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the... What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
On second down, here's Moon. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
To throw on third down, Moon. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's on his way. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, the defense obviously could not have drawn up a better start to the second half. They're holding on to that slim lead, just looking for a stop. Not only do they get the stop, Charles, they get the pick six.
Another example that life comes at you fast, doesn't it? One play ago, they were defending a slim lead coming out of the break. Now they're one more stop away from thinking about a possible put-away drive.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he returns this to the 22. The Charger drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes...
Oh, right on the heels of the pick six, another ball intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got a
touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cards are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. Jones breaking from the contact. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Moon. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
This defense